Well, hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video. Today, I'm going to be breaking down as well as discussing all the major pieces of new content and changes that we can expect to see with a mid-season update for Call of Duty Vanguard Season 1. So, if you guys weren't already aware, it's that time of the season once again, as this week we are going to be getting the mid-season update for Vanguard as well as Warzone Season 1, and interestingly enough, Season 2 will be releasing next month. However, let's not get ahead of ourselves, and with that all being said, in today's video, I'm going to be specifically talking about new content and changes that we can expect to see in Vanguard multiplayer. However, I'm also going to be touching on some Warzone things because, of course, Warzone and Vanguard, whenever there's a new update in one or the other, there is a bit of overlap. For example, there's going to be a new DLC weapon releasing in Vanguard, which naturally means there's going to be a new DLC weapon releasing in Warzone. So with all that being said, if you guys go on to enjoy today's video at any given point in time, make sure to leave a like on it down below, as well as subscribe and turn on post notifications so that way you guys will not miss any of the latest and greatest Call of Duty news, class ups, intel, and so much more. So without further ado, now that I got the intro out of the way, let's dive right into it. And alright, so to start off today's video, let's go over some of the basic information that we know about Season 1 Reloaded. So first and foremost, Season 1 Reloaded will be releasing in Vanguard on Tuesday the 11th, likely around 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 12th. So essentially, the new content for Vanguard will be releasing on Wednesday. And in tandem with that, at likely 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Wednesday, we are going to be getting the update for Warzone, which is going to be introducing all kinds of new Warzone content. So with that being said, let's actually break down some of the major pieces of new content that we can expect to see with Season 1 Reloaded. And alright, so if you open the Season 1 roadmap, you can see that there are some major pieces of new content that have yet to be released in Vanguard multiplayer. And the first major piece of new content, and that's actually the Welgun, which interestingly enough is a brand new DLC submachine gun here in Vanguard multiplayer. And yeah, this is actually going to be the first ever DLC submachine gun in Vanguard, which is really interesting. And if you never heard of the Welgun, is likely to perform very similar to the grease gun that we saw back in Call of Duty World War II. So if you guys ever enjoyed using the grease gun in World War II, you'll likely enjoy using the Welgun here in Vanguard. In addition to that, there's actually a brand new operator that will also be releasing, and that operator is called Isabella. Now, it is very likely that you will get access to this particular operator in a in-store bundle, very similar to the situation with Lewis. However, with that being said, it is very likely that she will be releasing with Season 1 Reloaded or very shortly thereafter. Typically, whenever there's a new season update or a Season Reloaded update, the new operator releases either the day of the new update or within a week afterwards. So just make sure to keep that in mind. Now, with that being said, Season 1 Reloaded will likely bring a ton of new updates and game fixes to Vanguard, because let me just say, the current state of Vanguard and Warzone is a little bit buggy, it's a little bit glitchy, and there are a lot of things that can be fixed. And it is very likely that some of the common issues that people have been experiencing with Vanguard will be fixed with the Season 1 update. For instance, it is likely that after Season 1 Reloaded, you can finally unlock Atomic Camo. If you guys weren't already aware, Atomic Camo, which is the max tier camo in Vanguard, or the Dark Matter or Damascus equivalent in Vanguard, is impossible to unlock because the final camo challenge that you need to unlock on the Panzerfaust can simply not be completed. However, it is likely that the Season 1 Reloaded update will be patching that, so hopefully after Season 1 Reloaded, you will be able to finally unlock Atomic Camo. And with that being said, let's actually talk about how Sledgehammer Games described how they are going to be reworking how incendiary grenades and overall fire weapons work in Vanguard. As a couple days ago, Sledgehammer Games decided to post a thread describing how they are going to be dealing with fire in Vanguard, and I'm just going to be reading it off just so you know what Sledgehammer Games has in mind for fire as well as incendiary shells here in Vanguard. So they go on to state, first and foremost, we're nerfing incendiary grenades by reducing the overall damage dealt. That means if you're running through them in core modes, they'll still be painful, but you'll recover. We're also going to give players 2 new ways to fight fire with Fortified and Dauntless. Fortified will significantly reduce incoming fire damage, including the initial effects of getting hit with a Molotov. Dauntless will grant immunity when moving through fire. It will not protect against initial impact like direct damage from the flame knot. The original goal of the incendiary grenade was to close off space, but unfortunately it wasn't properly balanced for small maps. We are confident the first wave of changes will have a positive impact on using and dealing with incendiaries and fire damage. At a later time, we will also reduce the area affected by incendiary grenades, smoke, and flame. This will make them ideal for blocking off lines of sight in doors and lanes throughout smaller maps. More to come on this later. Now, this is really interesting, and it's honestly a pretty good approach, because if you guys have been playing Vanguard multiplayer anytime throughout the past like 2 or 3 weeks, teammates, you would know that the incendiary grenades are pretty broken, as they're very powerful, they do a lot of damage to players, and the skill gap to use them is very minimal. It's just a grenade that you throw down, and couple that in with the fire as well as the smoke, it really just messes up the entire maps. And if you guys have been playing either DOS House or Shipment recently, you will know the full effect of the incendiary grenade. And luckily enough, Sledgehammer Games does recognize how overpowered the incendiary grenade is, and they're just going to be toning it back a little bit more, so that way it will fulfill its original intent as a more strategic grenade to close down lines of sight and block off portions of the map instead of just overwhelming the map in fire and smoke. So that's pretty good in my opinion, and we're going to have to see how we'll be playing out with the mid-season update for Season 1. So yeah guys, with that said, that will effectively wrap up today's video. I hope you went on to enjoy it, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like on it down below, as well as subscribe and turn on post notifications, so that way you guys will not miss any of the latest and greatest Call of Duty news, class ups, intel, and so much more. So thank you once again for watching. I'm your host, Deeper Jungle, and I hope to see you in the next one.